Topo Athletic is committed to lifelong health and better movement. Topo builds running shoes for those who get out there every day regardless of weather, speed, energy, or mood. Their distinctive fit and feel combines instinctive human movement with modern performance and lightweight comfort to help you keep going, keep trying, and keep moving. Discover the Topo difference and step into a run experience unlike any other.
Doing as we go along. Hey, Adam, how are you, man?
Hey, doing well. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing great. Did I nail your last name correctly? I said Turrey. Is that correct?
It's Turrey, but
Turrey.
Yeah, I get turkey. I get everything under the sun. So don't worry, it's fine.
All right, so pronounce it again so I don't screw it up one more time.
Turrey.
Turrey.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
Obviously, with a last name like Bahamundi, I'm
Yeah.
also it's a last name, so I got to make sure I nail it.
Yeah. I'll call you Jason from now on. It's gonna take me a while.
That's perfect. I appreciate it. Owen's going to join us here in a second. So how are you doing here on the West Coast, man?
Good. We got our first rain of the year, so that's a welcome sight. I think we officially made it out of fire season, so that's always good here these years. But yeah.
Owen, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yeah, good to be here, and good to finally meet you in person, Adam.
Yes, likewise. Likewise.
Yeah, my name from the north.
Yeah.
Adam, you got a big race coming up, man. Ironman California is around the corner, is it not?
Next Sunday. Yeah.
Woo!
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm lightweight, nervous, but trusting my training, trusting everything I've learned, and I'm gonna make it work. So hoping for good things. Pretty excited too, though.
This is your first go at the full distance?
First go. Yep. Yeah.
And you're gonna have a blast. So it's in Sacramento, right?
Correct.
So
yeah.
You swim in the American River, Russian River?
Yes. So American River to the Sacramento River, and pretty good current, I hear. Considering all the snow melt in the Sierras, that's kind of that. There's some seals. I didn't know there's seals in American and Sacramento rivers.
I've heard that. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What's the bike like? What's the bike course like?
It's pretty flat. Last year it was very windy, so hopefully there's a lot of headwinds. So hoping I don't get too much of that this year. But they say it's one of the flatter courses, and I'm happy about that.
Is the run flat as well?
Yeah, run is very flat. A lot of pavement, I think. I'm sorry?
Is it all in downtown?
Near and around downtown. They changed it from last year. Pretty cool. It's near, downtown Sacramento is kind of scenic. It's got some beautiful architecture.
Yeah.
Really stoked on it. Yeah.
When I DNF'd at the Canyons, we flew out of Sacramento to get back home, and so we went into downtown Sacramento. It's really pretty. I've never been to the area other than Auburn, basically, and so really enjoyed going through downtown Sacramento. It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of not really touted enough, but yeah, it is pretty scenic. So anyway, I just got done with my taper swim just right now, and feeling pretty fresh. So yeah, I'm really excited.
It's good that you feel fresh from it, because Jason has written a whole article about the taper crazies, and I'm personally somebody who gets crazy during taper. Are you generally pretty relaxed during taper, or is this like an anomaly for you?
It's an anomaly. I'll be honest. I always question if I'm doing it correctly. The more you research it, it seems like everyone does it differently. So, I think it's kind of specific to the athlete. This go around, I'm trying the 2 week out 50% reduction of volume and intensity, and then next week 75%. But it's just like, how do you kind of compute that? It's just like really hard to dial in. So
those numbers drive me crazy, man.
It's funny. Like for me, taper is all about doing what feels right, for those what amounts to 7 to 10 days. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the shakeout run like the day before. it feels stressful to be like, I'm going to do a shakeout run and
Right.
you're bib and get your food ready and everything. And it's like, look, if I can walk around for 10 minutes, I'm good enough to go, right? Like that shakeout run isn't going to make or break race day.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm more of that. I'm 100% in agreement with that. You do so much training in the buildup. It's hard to believe that something just as small as a shakeout run is really going to make a significant difference. I'd rather just feel good mentally going into it, even if that means like eating like a cheeseburger or something. So anything that makes me happy, that's what I'm reaching for.
All right, man. You opened up Pandora's box of food. So, what do you?
I knew it was coming.
What are you putting on the cheeseburger? Lettuce, tomato, onions, fried onions, pickles, mustard, mayo, ketchup. What?
I mean, all those are good. My evolution with the burgers changed over years. I've recently fallen in love with butter pickles.
Yeah.
So sweet.
So good.
I see I don't know if Om's in agreement with that, but
I've never had buttered pickles. I didn't even know that was a thing. I feel like I'm learning something new every day.
Let me clarify one thing for you. It's not putting butter on a pickle. It's an actual name.
I knew that. That's pretty weird. But
yeah.
Then I've never been a fan of pickles, so I was just really curious as to what makes the buttered one.
They're sweeter. They're not like your dill pickles that are kind of vinegary, I guess, or dry. They're pretty delicious. And I'm a big fan of Thousand Islands dressing. On the West Coast, we got like In-N-Out Burger. I'm just into like sloppy, messy burgers. Bring it on. The bison burger, just all those things.
Dude, I love the In-N-Out, like whatever dressing that they have, like the that sauce that they have that you can get packets for to spread. That's like my favorite.
Oh man, yeah. I wish they sold it like just alone, right? Yeah.
Just get me like a couple jars of those, and I'd be good. And a little bit of bitchin' sauce too.
Yeah. Bitchin' sauce. I've heard of that one. Where's that? That's where can you find that one? That's
most of the stores down here in like SoCal have them. I know Costco sells them in big bulk. They're like that. So bitchin' sauce is like I think it's like an almond based kind of sauce, and they have like chipotle sauce flavor, cilantro flavor, and an original flavor, and it's one of those sauces that just goes with everything. Like tortilla and cheese, bitchin' sauce, chips, bitchin' sauce. Dill pickles, maybe not, but generally everything else. Like,
go ahead.
Sorry, what?
I was going to ask Adam what his take on sliders are. Worth the time, or just give me a full burger?
Oh yeah. Yeah, full burger, please. I don't know what someone was thinking with that. Don't waste my time, we try to put something cute on a plate. Please just give me one comprehensive burger.
Wait, so
yeah.
As somebody who's been a vegetarian most of my life, are sliders just like baby burgers or what? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So why not?
It's
mini burgers. Why are you calling them sliders?
Because they slide right out of you. So I grew up on the East Coast, New York, and I don't know if they have them out on the West Coast as much, but we have White Castle, and White Castle, we always just refer to them as belly bombers, because you'd go in there and you'd order like a sack of 50 because you can eat so many of them, and then before you know it, your stomach was just crushed, and you were finding the bathroom real fast.
We don't have White Castle, although I've heard plenty about it. I'm a big Beastie Boys fan, and they talk about White Castle a ton. It's on my list to try.
Don't go to the freezer section of your grocery store, because it's not the same. You have to go to the actual store to get it.
I will say, Jason, if we're talking about marketing, it makes me like, if I'm thinking about Harold and Kumar right now, and it's synonymous with White Castle, and I've never had White Castle, but I'm still talking about it, like that'd be the most amazing piece of marketing ever.
Yeah, you're right. Here's another question for you, Adam. So we asked this I asked it on our Fiery Embers conversation yesterday. So when you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or nut butter if you have allergies to peanuts, are you putting jelly on one slice and the nut butter on the other and then smashing them together? Or are you putting the jelly and the nut butter on the same slice and then topping it with the one that doesn't have anything on it?
So I generally put each slice of bread gets its own topping, and even beyond that, I flip sides. If I want more of the nut flavor, I'm biting the bottom, and if I want more jelly, I flip it over. Just little observation I made over the years, but yeah, it's.
The greatest thing we ever did was launch this Food Fight Friday conversation, because I absolutely love and adore people's attention to their food and their eating habits. Yeah. Like, I don't shit anybody for whatever they eat or how they eat it, but it is utterly amazing to me. Like that, I've never heard somebody say, if I'm looking for more peanut butter flavor, I put it on this side of the bread before I put it in my mouth. It's amazing. Yeah.
I'm surprised how much content you get from this topic too. It never seems to go away.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like, I mean, we've done well with our reels and our videos and stuff like that over the years that we've been around. And then we launched this Food Fight Friday thing, and it's taken off. Like the conversation last week between pumpkin spice or apple cider, it's been the best performing piece of content we've had, with plus 35% over our average. It's crazy. Yeah. It's so much. I love endurance athletes talking about food, because, and we see it from our nutritionist friends like Kylie and from Stevie, right? They talk about, like, there's no bad food, no bad calories, none of that stuff. And so to have the community come back in and be like, yeah, I put my peanut butter on one side, my jelly on the other, I smash it together, I this way, I love burgers, sloppy as all get out, don't give me a slide. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah. No, it is.
It makes us like this whole conversation we're having right now, we're just riffing on food right now. It makes me want to, like, it makes me almost think that we should have occasional live Food Fight Fridays, like just longer thing, just invite somebody random who's on and just like start like riffing about food, because it's just, I don't know, this is fun.
Yeah. I mean, you got the holidays coming up. I mean, one of these calls, I might just present you like a spread of like things I like. It might like turn some people off, but I got some interesting little things I do with food, but I might show you guys.
Please show us, because I love it. Like, so we had Shannon Mick, who is Be Short Run Ultra, on the Fiery Embers a week ago, and I asked her a butter jelly question. And I asked her, and I'll ask you this, after you've made the sandwich, you put the two pieces of bread together, how do you cut it? Do you cut it in half? Do you create 2 triangles? Do you create 4 triangles? Do you create 4 squares? How do you?
Yeah, it's a good question. Again, I'm in phases with that one. I'm currently in just a don't cut phase. Sometimes I'm in a
piling it in.
Just pile it in. And then, when I get tired of this, I'll probably move to a diagonal cut. And after about 2 months of eating it like that, I'll go to my, cross cut and eat. And so, now that we're talking through this, I see how much of a food weirdo I am.
Yeah. So Shannon told us, and I need to get your answer too, but Shannon told us she cuts it in half and then eats it like corn on the cob, because she doesn't eat the crusts. So she eats the breading and doesn't eat the crust.
Okay.
That's a great answer. Like, I've never heard of that before.
No, I've never heard of that.
Right? Why wouldn't you just cut off the crust before you eat it? But maybe she needed handles. I don't know, but I love it.
That's sandwich engineering right there. Like, for me, I love to like cut them into corners and slices and stuff, because I think psychologically I'm like, wow, there's more food on my plate. Versus like
Yeah, I can see that too.
I do that with everything. Like, I do that with quesadillas. I do that with burgers sometimes. I do it with pizza. Like,
you do the pizza, but you're already bastardizing it with pineapple. You cut pizza.
Occasionally, like, me and my family, one of our favorite local pizza places. Every single time I go there, the pizza comes out. The first thing I do is I send the pineapple on pizza picture And then that's Lori for good measure, because I know Lori will show it to Jason.
That's a square pizza.
Yeah.
The
square.
So I'll have to get this on Food Fight Friday because I know this will spark a lot of heated debate. But in my purview, there are two styles of pizza. One of them is not Chicago. That is a tomato soup bowl. That is an open-faced calzone. Like, I don't want to hear anything about Chicago style pizza. There's New York and there's Detroit, like way back there. When you're looking at styles of pizza, Adam, which one are you picking first, and why is it New York?
It is New York. It is New York. I don't know where I grew up. There's a guy from New York who opened a pizzeria near my house, and that's just what I got used to. A greasy slice.
Run down your wrist.
Running down your face. So they with cigarette, toss the dough in the air. It was just like nostalgia.
So good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Up there though, I don't know if either of you have ever had Detroit style pizza.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so it's really good though. Think of like a Sicilian pie, right? Square pie. But what they do is they put shredded cheese on the outside so that when it cooks, the shredded cheese melts and it gets kind of crusty. So you have cheese, crust, and then pizza, and it's all squares. So it's really good.
Yeah. Up here in County, we have a place that makes Detroit style. I've had it. I'm not a hater to really any type of pizza. Really, I'll eat it all. But yeah, Detroit, and sorry, I like Chicago too. But yeah, New York is probably the alpha pizza for me.
I have a pizza that would absolutely mortify Jason if he came over to Orange County. But I personally never had it. This is like, if you're asking how much is too much, this is the one. There's a pizza place that specializes in making boba pizza.
Boba? No, dude.
On their pizza. Like, that is their thing. And
they put yoga balls on there? No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, like, that's actually a thing. And believe it or not, that place has been there for like 10 years. So they're riling enough controversy that people are buying this thing.
So there's marinara, there's boba, and there's cheese.
Yep.
Ooh, what do they call that one? Just a boba pizza, or has it got like some kind of
boba pizza?
Is there a line out that place?
Sorry, what?
Is there ever a line at the door at that place?
Not that I've seen, no.
You need to know, dude.
But speaking of like pizza marketing and pizza craziness, I don't know if both of you saw the Domino's emergency pizza.
No.
I don't know what it is, but like starting like today into like early 2024, Domino's is literally giving out a free pizza that you can claim, which is like wild. I've never seen any pizza place do that. It's just called emergency pizza, and it just like put up, and clearly it's working because it's trending on Google right now.
There you go.
I don't think those pizzas are too hard or too expensive to produce. Yeah.
Minimal cost. When you sell it for $8.99, the costs are probably $1.99. So it's.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the story behind Domino's?
No idea.
So I'm a big fan. Obviously, I'm a big fan of food, and the History Channel has a series called "The Food That Made America," and it is phenomenal. And they talk about Domino's. And so, get this: at the time, they bought the place from this guy Dominic. Two brothers bought the place from this guy Dominic and kept it as Domino's. And when they first started the business, they had pizza, but they had like sub sandwiches and hero, like all like this massive menu, and they weren't doing really well. So one of the brothers said, "That's it. From now on, we're selling pizza, and we're selling it in 3 sizes only: small, medium, large, nothing else." And the other brother was like, "We can't do that. We're going to lose money and everything else." And the way they tell the story is there's a phone call that comes in. One of the employees answers it, looks at the two brothers, and he says, hi, the Domino's or whatever, what can I get for you? The person places an order and they say, sorry, we're not doing that. We're only selling pizza, small, medium, large, cheese, or pepperoni. And that's supposedly how the Domino's franchise took off. And the brother who didn't want to be a part of it got bought out for a handful of dollars and the Volkswagen Beetle that they use for the deliveries. Can you imagine losing out on the Domino's empire today?
Oh my God.
For a Beetle?
Yeah.
It just goes to show you that everybody starts somewhere. Yeah. And, just for good measure, while you were telling me that incredible story, I just sent a DM to Domino's Pizza to come on the fireside chat. Come sponsor us.
Have you planned your post-race meal yet, Adam, after Ironman California?
I haven't thunk that far, no. When I did my first half Ironman, my first kind of big race, I was sure I was going to have a beer after, but I was just so dead after. I just wanted like a Coke and like just something full of carbs, something besides beer. I'm just going to go with whatever feels natural. Yeah. So
I know Ohm has seen a lot of crazy shit on the trails, and I have too when it comes to people eating stuff because you have so much time to process food. But I will tell you the craziest thing I've ever seen at an Ironman. I raced Ironman Texas in 2011 and 2012, and I think it was 2012. On the run, you go past the special needs bag area where all the porta johns are and everything else, and it's like in this loop of a park. Mm-hmm. I was on loop 2, the guy was on loop 1, and so we get there and he stops at his special needs bag and I do the whole loop and I come around to it, and I kid you not, he's literally taking a Whopper out of his special needs bag to eat. And I will let you know that year it was like 117 degrees in Texas, and with your special needs bags, you have to put that stuff out there very early in the morning.
Yeah.
It's not refrigerated. So that thing was just sitting there in the scorching heat for 10 hours by the time he got to it. I can't imagine what it tasted like, but to him, I'm sure it tasted like heaven.
Yeah. I guess to be trained with that, I guess you got to stay consistent, but that's one heck of a story.
Crazy. And Cheryl, I agree with you. My first reaction was, I can't believe this dude's got a Whopper, and then I ran out of the park, and then I thought, that cannot taste good. He's going to be tasting that a second and a third time some point during this marathon.
Mm-hmm.
So great.
Yeah. We got to talk fast food burgers on another call, because I'm curious your take. I haven't eaten a lot this training cycle, but I'd be curious to hear what are you still vegetarian?
Yeah, definitely vegetarian. I feel like I've still had some really good burgers and stuff. I mean, yeah. I will say though that Impossible patties are a no-no for me. Okay. I have had them during races before, and they have made me very sick. It's
yeah.
But I think the only thing other than meat that you can put on my burger is pickles. Do not like pickles. I hate pickles as much as Jason hates pineapple on pizza. Still pickles.
So I don't plant-based diet as well, Adam, and I would say Carl's Jr., the Beyond Burger there is number 1, and then the Impossible Whopper at Burger King is number 2.
As far as you being fans of
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And In-N-Out has growing up, In-N-Out has what they call a secret menu item, but it's really, they call it the grilled cheese sandwich is what you call it when you order it. And they just put grilled onions, they grill the cheese extra and charge you $1 less or something because there's no patty in there, and that's basically what you get. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I was racing Cocodona, I asked my crew to make sure that they had 2 Impossible Whoppers and a Klondike bar when I got to the Whiskey Row in Prescott. And when I tell you that those 2 Impossible Whoppers tasted like filet mignon, I'm not kidding. It was so glorious. So glorious.
We have somewhere called Amy's Burger up here. Have you guys ever heard of that?
No.
It's not it's fake meat, but yeah, it tastes very similar to In-N-Out. It's pretty good. Yeah, highly recommend.
Cheryl, Klondike bar for the win every time. When you're out there in the middle of a training cycle or a race, Klondike bar it's glorious. So I answered the question, what would you do for a Klondike bar? I'd run 250 miles. Are you a fan of ice cream, Adam? Is ice cream something that is on your list?
Absolutely. I have Klondike bars in my freezer actually right now. Might get one after this call here. Yeah.
Favorite
ice cream? Oh, again, it's cyclical. You know, I mean, are you talking brand or flavor or flavor? I'd say most consistently I'm a strawberry person. My wife teases me because I get like ice cream sundaes and I just put the works on it, and she still doesn't know how I finish those. Like I can eat those and go like right to bed. I'm a colossal eater. It's ridiculous. Hot fudge, the works on there. Yeah. And
when you get the Napoleon, that has the chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Right. If strawberries, eat it first, and because you love it, or do you eat it last because you want?
I tend to do an even scoop across all three flavors, and so spoon has. Well, yeah, that's my technique. So, yeah, very poignant questions, but yeah, that's.
Yeah, In-N-Out has a Neapolitan shake, don't they? I think it's like, it's not a listed item. You have to like ask for it, but it's one of my go-tos. Like, I think after a race, like I struggle to eat like really solid food. So like having shakes and like having like lemonade and all that like settles me in. It's like the meal before the meal because I'm like a hobbit day in, day out. So
yeah.
So
I was curious about, and I'll let you finish too, Jason, was since we were talking about burgers, what are your guys' takes on like side items like fries? And if you do have fries, what kind of dip? What kind of fries are there? Are they curly fries? Are they sweet potato fries?
Oh, wow. Oh, such hard-hitting questions. I mean, if I had my choice, I'd go like either waffle fry or curly fry. I'm a big ketchup head. I don't understand people who dip in mustard. I just, miss me with that.
Or when you say that,
I'm sorry.
Normal mustard or honey mustard? Because I really love to dip in honey mustard.
Honey mustard's good. I like honey mustard. I'm just talking. I guess your yellow, your yellow mustard. I don't really understand the.
I second with you on that. I don't get that either.
Yeah.
I'm a straight fry guy. Doesn't have to be curly. Doesn't have to be waffle. That's too complicated for me. I'm a old man yelling at the clouds, and I like ketchup. I like tomatoes, but I hate ketchup. No mustard, but mayo's a winner for fry dipping.
I didn't mayo dip my fries until my my 20s. I went to study abroad in France, and that's the first place I saw it. And I'm like, what are these guys doing here? Yeah, it was pretty exclusive barbecue sauce or ketchup, but yeah, mayo's pretty good.
Mayo is solid, and if you have like to go the more like a steak fry, the malt vinegar on there because it's a little heftier of a fry. It holds up well with the malt.
Yeah. Well, I'm officially starving, so thanks, guys. About dinner time here on the West Coast.
On the West Coast, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to let you get off that easy. So you're replacing Jackie. So here's the next question for you. What are your top 3 candy choices?
Oh, okay. Finally, something I can kind of let's see. Well, number 1 is Kit Kat. I'm a huge Kit Kat head. I'd say followed by Snickers, and out here we have a nice chocolate. I mean, it's called. I mean, you've heard of it, Ghirardelli chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's nice and kind of like a smooth chocolate. I'm a big chocolate guy. Yeah.
That's like
square. get some hot fudge on there and put it on vanilla ice cream. That fun.
Very versatile application. Yeah.
With the Kit Kat, are you breaking one bar at a time? Are you eating it like biting the whole thing? Like what's the approach?
I'm very civilized. I break it into pieces. And actually, it's kind of nice if you've ever frozen one, you get the nice extra crisp on it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I one time saw someone bite through all the fingers at once, and I had a heart attack.
Blocked and aborted.
I just cannot believe that. Like, Kit Kats are meant to be split. Like, and you can't just like bite the whole thing like a savage.
No. It's
What standards do we have as a society if you're doing?
Yeah.
If we're doing, what else are we doing? Now we're putting pineapple on pizza? Come on.
That's not the same, Jason.
Cheryl's got a good list. You got peanut M&M's, Snickers, and Payday. That's a good solid list there too.
Peanut M&M's are very choice. That's good. Solid. Yeah.
Peanut M&M's or Reese's Pieces?
Ooh.
M&M's for me.
Yeah.
I do like the Reese's Pieces, but just so small. I like the size of the peanut M&M.
But I love peanut butter chocolate.
So here's my toxic trait, shall you say? So when I get M&Ms, I have to separate them by color, and then once they're separated by color, you eat from the least amount that you have to the biggest amount. So if you have one red and two green, you're eating the red first and the two green after that.
That's normal. That's not a toxic behavior there.
It's awesome when you're doing this in a business meeting and your boss is like interrupts the entire meeting so that the entire conference table is looking at your M&M like they're like lined up like soldiers ready to go.
Yeah.
Brittany says I eat my least favorite color first. That's one of our other community leaders from out of Phoenix.
You need to join us, Brittany, so you can save go eat. He needs to go fuel after his taper swim.
Yeah.
Hey Adam, thanks for joining us, man. We really appreciate you coming on and sharing some of your story, and we're super excited to have you be a part of our community leader program that we just launched October 1st. It means a lot to us for you to be a part of it, and we're looking forward to seeing how well you do at Ironman California, but also what you do for the community.
Thank you. It's an honor to be part of this team, and I'm excited about the work we're going to do ahead. And thank you again very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Adam. Have a good night.
You too.
Perfect timing, Brittany. Welcome.
I know. Just got out of class. I'm also noticing this lighting makes me look bald up front. I'm like, what's happening? Which way can I turn? Yeah, I'm like, which way can I turn right now?
We'll have to send you a hat, and you won't have to worry about it.
Perfect.
So what was on your list? Okay, so you're eating the least favorite colored M&M first. So what's your least favorite colored M&M then?
Brown.
Brown?
Ooh, I have to agree.
Yeah.
So rank them from least favorite to most favorite.
Man. And so now I used to be a huge blue fan, but now yellow's my favorite color. So it's brown, green, because I don't like that color green, red, blue, and yellow.
We were just talking to Adam, and we were just talking about how awesome it is that our community and now our community leaders are just so open to talking about food. Because for the longest time, I've been doing this stuff for 17 years. It was a taboo subject, right? It was like, eat clean, whatever that means. Eat this and eat that and all these other things. And it's like, no, just eat and enjoy the food. Let's have fun with all of this stuff. And so being able to talk about favorite colored M&Ms, even though we all know they all taste exactly the same, is awesome. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Wait, are they peanut butter M&Ms? Because that's my favorite. Is peanut butter M&Ms.
There's peanut M&Ms because it actually has a peanut in it, and then there's peanut which has peanut butter that you get out of a jar in it.
Hold the phone. There are peanut butter M&Ms?
Yes. Are you kidding me? Oh man. Hold on a second. Those, you got to have them. You got to. I get a party size bag from the store, and it's not for a party, it's for me. Like,
That's
there's no party. I am the party.
Yeah.
Like that.
I love that's the whole thing about the party size is like, that's all for me.
Yeah.
Like,
The sharing size concept is nonsensical.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it's,
the sharing size bag is like teeny tiny. That's not even fair. Yeah.
so what's your take on the mini size candy bars? Because Halloween is coming up. They're going to be all over the place. Is it like, don't mix me with that crap. I'm going to go get the real size bar.
For me, I like the real size bar. For Halloween, I get it. Like, kids are getting tons and tons of chocolate. Like, so I mean, totally get the like thing. The only thing I do like to do is get the little bitty Reese's peanut butter cups or like dark chocolate peanut whatever. Only because I can't stop and I get a bellyache. Like, I have learned this from experience. It has nothing to do with like I can't handle a full size candy bar. I can just like, so what I do is I grab 2 and then I put them away, and then that's good, and I don't get no stomach ache.
All right, so we're getting into the holiday season. There are the jack-o'-lantern Reese's peanut butter cups. They have the Christmas tree peanut butter cups. Like, do you buy those special, I don't know what you call them, special flavoring? They're not flavored, they're special shapes.
Yeah, I do. I actually, they're very nostalgic for me. My Christmas stockings, my Valentine's Day things as a kid. Like, I always got those. My parents knew Reese's was my favorite food, and now I at least have to get a pack of them. Even though like I don't eat them as much as I used to, it's still like I have to have them. Like, it's a shape that I got as a kid. I have to have them and eat them. So yeah.
Do you know the story behind Reese's peanut butter cups?
I don't think so. No, it's gonna be a joke or a real story. No. I need to be prepped. Okay.
How do you know all these stories, Jason? You just
go to the
channel of Domino's Pizza, like 20 minutes.
Go to the free channel, pay your $5.99 or whatever it is, and download all of the shows. It's called the food that made America, and they talk about Post cereal and Kellogg's and Coca-Cola and Hershey. It's amazing. So the story about Reese's, John Reese's, if I believe is his name, wanted to make a candy bar. Hershey had already come out with all of his candy bars and everything else, which is also a phenomenal story. And so they're testing all the different peanut butter concoctions and everything else. And the food scientist walks into his office and he has like 3 or 4 options. And the last option is a burnt flavor. And so the scientist is like, I'm sorry, I left this on the tray. I didn't mean to put it on here. And John Reese's eats it and he's like, this is the one. This is the one we're going with. And the food scientist is like, it's burnt. He's like, I don't care. This is the one. It's perfect. And it's why the peanut butter is like gritty.
Yeah.
You know, when you bite, it's not smooth. It's gritty. It's because it was originally burnt. And then next thing you know, off and running. Reese's has become, a $1 billion company now.
I do think it's the perfect peanut butter chocolate combo. So how they do it with that is yeah. So that's a good story. Now I'm gonna have to tell that one. I'll be like, I know some stuff, guys. Let's talk about it.
I gotta go see. Gotta watch it. Like the Mars story, the story of how Mars got started is awesome. Total gangster move. The guy was like the VP at Hershey's, and he got overlooked for a position at Hershey because Hershey was retiring, and he thought he would become the president, but he got overlooked and somebody else came in. So he got his son to start a business, start Mars. And what he did is he sold Hershey chocolate to the Mars Corporation to build a competitor to him. So he's making money getting paid by Hershey while also making money on the Mars company side. Like, total gangster move.
Wow.
To be running both companies, right? Like, so awesome. Like,
yeah.
Food that made America on the History Channel.
That's good to know. Good. Here's my question with Reese's peanut butter cups. How do you feel about all the other ones they've been coming out with?
Like the other Take 5 or whatever.
They've done like white chocolate. They've done like peanut butter on the outside and chocolate. I feel like none of them taste right. Like, I'm like, this isn't right. This isn't right. I've tried them because they're there, and I'm like, and I'm like, no, you guys are messing up here. You're messing up here. Big
about
time.
the OG,
so
for me, it's about the OG peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
Like, and don't, like, I know Jason is running through the thought in his head, but like, just because pineapple on pizza is a thing, does, like, I can like OG things too, but it has to do with chocolate and other things. Different conversation. Just out there.
Yeah, just like give me the straight up peanut butter cup. I don't need any of the other accoutrements. Like the one that now has like the little Reese's pieces in the peanut butter. Like, that's too much. Like, who's asking for this?
Nobody.
Who was like, hey, you know what would be really good is if you put little Reese's Pieces inside of the peanut butter cup. Nobody's asking for that. Come on.
And Reese's Pieces tastes totally different. They're totally different peanut butter chocolate combination. It doesn't go. I have strong feelings. Like pineapple on pizza is wrong. That's a very strong feeling. This is also a strong feeling.
Did you bring in community leaders that all don't like pineapple
On you, because I don't like pineapple on pizza
That's
either.
Devious, man. I love them. That's devious.
So we Adam this question: when it comes to style of pizza, New York, Chicago, or Detroit?
Oof. You always make me answer only one too.
That's right.
So I'm gonna have to pick it because there's a place near us that we just explored in the past month, and it's called Don's New York. So it's New York style pizza, and it's their white pizza, and it is like it has the perfect amount of garlic, ricotta cheese. Like it is like nailed it. And I eat meat. It's not that, but this pizza in the past month, I think we've got it 4 or 5 times.
That's awesome.
And like, yeah, and of course it's a white pizza, so it's sauceless. So I will say that right now is definitely where I'm at. Those New York pizzas, like, and they do the crust just perfect. So yeah.
Well, you'll get to hang around because you didn't say Chicago, so you're right in my book.
There's a Chicago pizza because you can have so much left over because it's so thick and you can't reheat it. Like you can't get it hot through it.
It's not pizza.
It's like a cake. I don't know how to describe it.
It's a tomato soup bread bowl.
Yeah.
I once had somebody tell me that Chicago style pizza was like lasagna without the noodles. And I thought that was perfect.
Yeah, I will say though, Detroit pizza. I've had a couple of friends who are from Detroit, and they've made it here, and that's not bad. That's not bad.
Good.
It's about the crispy crust that can hold all the stuff on it.
That's right.
That's what it is. And the Chicago style cannot hold the stuff. Like you pick it up and it falls off, and then you gotta use a fork.
After this call, when you hang up, go to YouTube and Google Jon Stewart Chicago pizza. He's got like a 2-minute diatribe about it, and it's the funniest thing. I have to like once every 3 or 4 months because they know I'll be cackling about it because it's such a good rant about Chicago style pizza against New York style pizza. It's so good.
You have too much time. You're YouTube and your History Channel and like what? Tell me your schedule. When do you sleep?
Just passionate about food.
When people are like, "What music do you listen to?" I'm like, none. Like I have no clue. Like the only reason why I know Taylor Swift's name is because she's hanging out at NFL games these days. Otherwise, I would have no idea who Taylor. None. Yeah. Good for movies, and I'm good for food and the occasional book. And like you want to talk about stock market and finances, I'm in. I could do that all day too. Like I'm happy to talk about that. But when it comes to like music, not so much. Like that's not for me. Or honestly, like I know people love podcasts, but it's hard for me to really get into them from a storytelling perspective. I'd rather be telling the story, honestly, than listening to the story a lot of times. So podcasts are hard. So that's where my time is. It's not there.
So what I heard is you like talking more than listening.
Absolutely.
Okay. Making sure that's what I heard.
Our team dynamic, perfect.
Adam talked about burgers. So what about burgers for you? Are you a burger fan?
Oh yeah.
What are you putting on the burger? What's going on the burger?
Well, I mean, let's talk about the burger that I get at a restaurant, and then we can go from there. But we have a place, I don't know, Arizona Wilderness Brewery. They're known for their beer and their food. So even if you don't like beer, people go there for their food, even though they're a brewery. And they have this peanut butter and jelly burger, peanut butter again, but it's peanut butter, and it's a jalapeno kind of jelly on it, and it has bacon. There's some kind of cheese. I don't want to say it's pepper jack cheese. It's spicy. It's some kind of spicy cheese. Yeah. And it is on just a normal bun. And then it's served with duck fat fries.
Oh.
Duck fat fries and it's with rosemary on it. Those are the best fries ever. So that's the burger that I eat there. Like that is it. They have so many other burgers, but that's my favorite. At home, it's nothing special. It's like a burger, whatever, mustard. I'm not a big ketchup person. It's too sweet. I can do homemade ketchup is great. Ketchup out of a bottle is I can get into these food conversations. I could do this. I'm like, I have a lot of opinions about this food.
Yes.
Yeah. I like jalapeno. Like I love spicy, so I can put jalapenos on my burger, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I'm not a big ketchup fan either. Definitely, I think my go-to dips would be ranch and honey mustard.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Honey, I'm not a big ranch person, but honey mustard. Yeah.
According to Adam, there are people who dip their fries in like plain old mustard, and I'm just like, I don't know about that.
That's my little brother. He does. I'm assuming he still does. I don't know, but he dipped everything in mustard though, like chips and everything. And I was like, "What you doing, kid?"
What kind of?
Yeah.
Like
potato.
Yeah, potato chips, like Ruffles, like, whatever. I guess they're similar enough to a fry, but he'd put mustard on he'd probably eat mustard out of the bottle, but it was on chicken strips and everything. And I'm like, if I'm having chicken strips, I want some, like you said, honey mustard, or it's not just a normal mustard. It's something else.
I think I'd be worried if that was on like tortilla chips or something.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be real gross. Ew, I didn't even think about that, man. I'm gonna ask him if he's 30 now. He better not be doing something like that. He should have learned.
All right, so here we go. So you're getting ready to make a peanut butter and jelly, or nut butter if you have allergies to peanuts, sandwich. Are you putting the jelly on one slice of bread and the nut butter on the other slice and then smashing it? Or are you putting them both on the same slice of bread and then putting the slice of bread without anything on it and smashing it?
Okay, so I have two answers, and it's for a good reason. If I'm just eating it at home, like right away, it's peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other. I smash it together. If it's going to be in my running pack, I'm not going to eat it for a couple hours because I'm taking it somewhere. I put peanut butter on both sides and jelly in the middle, so it keeps the bread from getting too soggy. So that's why I have two answers there, because that is, yeah.
What did Adam tell us? Like, how he eats it is like, if he really wants the more of the nut flavor, the nut butter flavor, he puts that on when he eats it, it's at the top of the bread. And if he's looking for the sweet jelly, he like flips it over so that the jelly's at the top of the bread.
That's not a peanut butter and jelly. That's like a peanut butter. I don't even know what that is.
It's a peanut butter and then there's jelly.
Yeah, like it's like, and then there's not.
There's no tandem or unity to it.
Yeah.
It just makes me so happy to hear people talking about food and all of their little idiosyncrasies when it comes to food, because it's fascinating to me. So I asked this question of Shannon Mick last week on our Fiery Ember. I'll ask you as well. We asked Adam, when you cut your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, are you cutting it in half and having two rectangles? Are you cutting it corner to corner to have two triangles? Are you cutting it in half and in half to have four squares, or corner to corner twice to have four triangles?
So I know it makes you happy because I heard you last night or yesterday afternoon, whatever time that was, but I do it in a triangle half. That's it. Just triangle half, not four. It's got to be a triangle. Like the half in that way doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know.
So did you hear how Shannon eats it then when I was talking to Laura yesterday?
Yeah, where she does the four, because I asked the grilled cheese question. She does it in four too, so she can dip it in soup.
Right, but Shannon she cuts her peanut butter jelly sandwich in half and then eats it like corn on the cob. So she has like the crust is like.
Yes, I was like, what? I couldn't even like picture how that looked. It didn't make sense.
It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Like, I never would have thought of that. You've been like, cut the crusts off and you're good to go. But it's like, you have something to hold on to that way. It's so awesome.
Well, and people can cut out the crust. We're all, we have free choice here. But I had a friend who would not eat her crust as a kid, so her grandma told her to make her hair grow longer. She ate it, so she started eating it. Those old wives' tales, I guess, is what you call those. And I'm like, that's what got. All right, okay, cool.
Crazy old wives' tales, but that one is wild. Eat the crust and throw.
I was like, but she ate it, so I was like, all right, I'm not gonna tell her any different. I'm 8, maybe I don't know anything. So.
Do you eat the butt of the loaf of the bread? Or do you discard it?
So I don't put it on a peanut butter and jelly, but I'll toast it and I'll eat it with like something on it, or like I'll even put just a little butter on it and just eat it like that. That's more of a waste thing for me, I think. I don't know if it's more of a taste. Now, really good bread, I love the end of it, where it's like a little like a really good sourdough loaf or something. Like I do like that in, but like in a normal just loaf of bread, I'll toast it and do something with it, but it's not for peanut butter and jelly.
What about you, Om?
Well, I mean, all I heard was sourdough, and I started salivating. That is my favorite bread of all. Just like wherever you go, like breakfast place, like what kind of toast do you want? Sourdough. What kind of bread? Sourdough. Like
when I ask for sourdough and they're like, we're out, and I'm like, are you sure? Like, are you?
I'm against humanity to be out of sourdough bread, because that is sourdough.
Brittany, do you have any events coming up that you're?
Yeah, I actually have a 50 miler in December. So I've done 100K and I've done a 50K and I think I've done a 60K. What is it, 60-ish K? But I've never done that 50 mile mark. Like I just kind of skipped it. So
where are you doing it?
Colossal Vale, right around Tucson. I'm actually I didn't pick that one in particular. I picked a 50 miler because I want to do a 100 next year and it takes a qualifier. And because of my Zane grade DNF, I did not have one that's in the year time frame that I need to register. So that's what I'm going to do.
What 100 miler are you looking at?
Palisades in Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend Ashley, it was her first DNF this past July. And she did 95 miles and still hiked to the finish because it wasn't a drop point. Yeah. So she asked if I wanted to go out there and do it. I'm like, hell yeah. So
I think mutual friend Jack Schrader has attempted Palisades a couple of times as well, right?
Yep.
Is that the race where he's talked about, like, it's just like the craziest weather, like crap you don't expect, and all of a sudden it starts snowing on you? Is that the race? Or is he?
That does have crazy weather. I know this last year, I don't think there was any snow, but there was because there is some elevation and some different like drops and stuff. And you can get different kinds of weather throughout there. I'm not sure if it's the one he's talking about, but they do warn you because I've been looking through that stuff. They warn you that it could be something crazy. So, yeah.
And so the 50 milers at the end of December, is that what you said?
Beginning, December 2nd.
December 2nd.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel good. I just had a 25-mile run on Sunday. So it got hot at the end because we're still Arizona, but I actually felt really good. And yesterday I just did some extra mobility and I feel totally normal today. And I realized like, how awesome is it that once we do all these things and we actually like do the mobility and the strength and the running and all together, if you're consistent, your body recovers so quickly. And I know 25 miles and 50 miles is not 100 miles, but I can tell I'm like, holy cow, I remember my first 50K. I mean, I wasn't walking for a few days and now I'm like, man, 25 miles. Like, it's still in the moment. It's hard when you're doing it, but the recovery is so awesome. So, yeah.
Now, so you're a community leader with us, excuse me. Mm-hmm. Where will find you if they want to get in touch with you with regards to Sunrise Trails coaching as well? Yeah,
well, funny story. It's Sunrise Trails Coaching on Instagram. You can also email me, sunrisetrailscoaching@gmail.com. But normally Sunrise Trails Coaching and Instagram is the way to get me. It's how everybody else gets me. So, yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you coming on and chatting about food from the bottom of my heart. And I know from Ohm and from Lori's point of view, we're super excited to have you as part of our inaugural community leader group. We obviously know you very well, and what you bring to our platform is going to be awesome. And so we're looking to help you get the word out for people in the West Valley who are looking for running, hiking groups, and just camaraderie in the endurance sports space. We're really excited to have you.
Thanks. I'm super excited. I'm excited for the support. I'm excited the other community leaders. We've talked a few times, like just how supportive they are already, and just getting a group in the West Side. I think you guys, well, Jason, the East Side, we have so many running groups. It seems like in the West Side, there's just always been this gap. So I'm excited to get out there and get people moving and get them on the trails. A few people are like, I run the roads. Can I come? And I'm like, yes. You're the people, like, you're not the only people, but you're the people I want. I want you to get on the trails and see what it's like and see it's not, about all the speed. It's about so much community on the trails. So, super, super pumped.
Speaking of community and trails, I can't wait to share this with you both, but I'm captaining an aid station at the Moab 240 at mile 126. And I'm doing, in the name of Run, Try, Bike, I'm doing a dinosaur-themed aid station. So I got I have an inflatable T-Rex, a cupcake stand for a Brachiosaurus. It's just blasting dino noises. And you can only imagine people are coming to the halfway point of this race broken, and then they see dinosaurs and a guy in an LED jacket. And this captain, so.
Oh man, I'm not ready for Moab 240, but I want to go to run at least 126 miles just to get there and be like, I'm going to hang out here with these dinosaurs.
Party volunteer with you, it's gonna, but I have to share that because we have no trail runners in this chat right now.
Exactly. Awesome. Brittany, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Jason.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Ohm.
Thanks, Brittany.
All right, dude, that turned out pretty well to be able to have Brittany and Adam come on the show for us and talk about the Community Leader Program. What are your thoughts about where we are with that? And we'll end it with that since we'll have been on for about an hour.
Oh man, I think we're a great position right now. I'm just really proud of the sense of community that we built, and it's just exciting to see people like Adam and Brittany on our side. And it's exciting that every week I get to wake up and do these, like, go to our social media and see people responding to us, to go to our Trivia Thursday and people are engaged, going to our Food Fight Friday and people are going wild. Like, every single day is just exciting because I can see this like community of people just being built, and it's a vision that I think I've had for so long, and it's really exciting to see it all come to fruition.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you and everything that you're doing for the business and for the community. And we'll talk again tomorrow at our regular weekly meeting, and I'm sure we'll exchange texts